Hey, what's up guys? Back again with another video in the Node.js series. This episode we're going to be going over how to use EJS.
My night runs into morning all the time, and through my phone I'm scrolling, bang my line. Off that drink it's hard to focus. Seems like I'm always chosen.
Okay, so what is EJS? Well, we'll see in a second. But first, let's get our website made and, go through all that whole process and everything. Let's get it going. Boom shakalaka. Okay. So of course, got to open up a I can't say that word. Terminal here. There we go. So npm init, initialize your npm node project, whatever. How's your day going, guys? I hope it's going good. Maybe you are not having a good day, but I don't care because you need to have a good day. And yes, that was a good motivational speech. I hope you enjoyed. If you like that, leave a like and let's do this. Okay, so um, I'm gonna leave a name here for the project, of course. I'm gonna just call it Illuminati Productions. This is gonna be like the official Illuminati Productions website, okay? So we're gonna be developing this throughout the whole series, and we'll see what we can make, okay? So yeah, so I think that'll be fun because you can see me build a whole website from scratch, okay? So we'll say version, 1.0 looks good. Description, the official Illuminati Productions website. youtube.com/c/Illuminati Productions. The best website on the universe. Okay, I hope that's right. That's good. Entry point, make sure you do app.js now, so we just have that clear. Test command, we don't need that. Get no. Keywords, no. Author, Illuminati Productions. Come on. Can we put multiple people? That'd be cool. Illuminati Productions. Put like me, Illuminati. Okay, license, whatever. Yeah, looks good to me. Awesome. So now that we're done with that, let's just go ahead and install Express. We need to install Express, of course. So npm install Express -- save. Okay, so while that's happening, we're gonna go ahead and open this inside of our Visual Studio Code. So we'll go File, Open Folder. There we go. Express is still installing. There we go. Don't show again, you little bitch. Okay, cool. So we're gonna go ahead and make our app.js. Come on. So slow. Okay. So once we made that, of course, we need to make our basic, application to start it. So to do that, we could do const, or some people use const, some people use var. I'm gonna just use const. So const express is equal to require express. Const app is equal to express. Okay, I believe I did that right. Sometimes I mess up. App.listen. So we're going to be listening on port 3000, of course. Function. So this would be our callback function, which is just the code that runs whenever the server starts, of course. So we'll say Illuminati Productions website is now online. So yeah, like I said, we're going to be using this website to develop throughout the whole series. So by now you should be pretty much used to doing this, making the basic app. So if you are not used to it, just go ahead and practice, whatever. It's pretty simple, don't worry. And again, if you forget any of the code, all you have to do is go back into those code snippets that I leave at the bottom of every video in the description. So check those out and you can use them if you need them. So anyway, so now that we have that, let's check and see if our Express is done. Okay, good. So we're going to go ahead and do our node mon here so we can get it up and started so we know it works. Come on, buddy. You can do it. Come on. Good boy. Okay, reload. Awesome. Okay, so now let's go ahead and make our basic home route, okay? So do app.get. We'll call it, well, it's just a root route, so we'll just call it /. That's the only thing you can call it. So and then function request for request response. There we go. Cool. All right. So now we can do res send welcome to the Illuminati Productions website. Okay. Always got to have your semicolons, reload, and it says welcome. Okay, cool. So now that that's done with, we know how to do that. It's all pretty simple. We've done this before, right? What if we want to start doing like actual HTML and like, because every website, you need some HTML, right? You got to have stuff on your website like pictures, links, all kinds of stuff, right? We can't just have this the whole time with just some stupid letters. We need actual code in there, right? So let's say we want to send some HTML, okay? How do we do that? Well, the most basic way is actually, we can actually do it with this right here. We can just put it in here. So h1, welcome to the website. And then we could have maybe an h2 down here. Oops. Enjoy, your stay. So, okay, so that should reload for us. Boom, so welcome to the website, enjoy your stay. So awesome, we have some HTML, right? So it works, but as you can tell, this is very inefficient. Why the hell? Like imagine having like a full website code and then pasting that into here. Like that would be hell. Like let's test that out, okay? So let's go to this website here, open a new tab, and let that load. I guess I'll try a different one. Okay, good. So we're just gonna right click and do a view page source, okay? And then we're just gonna copy all this code here, right? All the website code. Most of it looks like HTML, so that's good. Come on, there we go. So we're gonna paste it, and yeah, that is not realistic at all. That would be horrible. And yeah, it's just no. Okay, so what you want to do is have your HTML in a separate file, of course, like you would usually do, right? Every HTML is in its own file, like you have the index.html, you have the games.html, you have a different file for all your different websites, right? But in this case, we don't use actual HTML files. We use EJS files, okay? So we're still using HTML code, but goes inside of an EJS file with the extension .ejs at the end, okay? So what is EJS? Well, EJS stands for Embedded JavaScript, and basically it's just a mix between HTML and JavaScript. It allows you to have HTML pages, but with JavaScript inside of the HTML. It's like super magical, and don't worry, we'll be going over it much more. So yeah, so basically we're not going to be using HTML files, okay? So we're going to be using EJS files. So that means we need to install the package EJS, okay? So let's go ahead and stop this for now. So npm install EJS, okay? And then guys, if y'all can't see the console, if it's too small, just remember I'm saying it out loud, so just listen to what I'm saying. So npm install EJS -- save, so we can save it to our package.json. package.json. Okay, cool. So it's installed now, so we can go ahead and start up our node mon again. Okay, cool. Okay, and so we don't even have to install or required up here. We don't even need that. So it's gonna be running basically behind the scenes for now. Okay, so yeah, so let's go ahead and make an HTML file, right? But instead of HTML, of course, we're making EJS files. So to do that, we can't actually store it in this directory, okay? We need to make a subfolder called views, okay? So it's a folder here. Oh, that's not a folder. Oops. Let's delete that. Delete. Yes. So we're going to make a new folder, views, plural, okay? And so all of our EJS files are going to go inside views, okay? Because that's where our Express package is going to look for all the files. So we're going to be able to render it from the views folder, okay? So anyways, just make sure all of your EJS files inside of the views folder, okay? So that's where it's going to look for, okay? So let's go ahead and make our first views, our EJS file. So we're going to call it homepage.ejs, right? Something simple, right? So we're inside of it now, and we can put some HTML code in here if we want to. But before you do that, I recommend if you're using a Visual Studio Code like I am, go to the packages thingy or the extensions menu thingy and install the .ejs extension. So just search EJS up here and then install EJS right here, okay? And then I recommend this one too, EJS snippets. But yeah, make sure you install this top one, .ejs, because that helps it work with this, okay? So yeah, so yeah, so we can start coding now. We can add some HTML code, right? So we could do something like doctype HTML, right? Hopefully you know HTML if you're doing this right now. So in our head we'll have our title, right? Title, home page. Okay, cool. So then we'll have our body. I know this is very basic, but you know, just to demonstrate, right? So body, inside the body we'll have a h1, we'll say the official Illuminati. Well, we'll just say Illuminati Productions. So Illuminati. Oh my gosh, Illuminati Productions, right? And then under that we'll have like H. Oh my gosh, I'm struggling. Okay, so H3, we'll say like welcome and have fun, something like that, right? Okay, cool. So let's go and reload to test and see if it worked. And no, it did not work, okay? That's because we didn't actually change any code here, right? We're still doing this part, right? So let's go ahead and get rid of this, okay? So instead of using res.send, we want to be able to send it our EJS file, right? Because obviously we have to send the code to the route to be able to show it, right? So how do we do that, okay? We do that with the res.render method, not the send method, but the render method, okay? And inside the render method, we provide the file that we want to be sending, okay? So we don't need to do like views like /homepage.ejs, okay? Like I said, it's already looking inside the views folder, so that's all we have to do is provide the file name, okay? So homepage.ejs, okay? So that's all we need to provide. I just semicolon, of course, right? And let's reload, and we get it. So cool. Illuminati Productions, welcome and have fun. So that's all we need to do to be able to add HTML code to our websites now, okay? Pretty cool, right? So yeah, I know that's a very basic looking website, but y'all get the point. Y'all can start adding with it whatever HTML code you want now, okay? So that's pretty cool, right? So what else can we do, right? Let's go ahead and create another like route for this, okay? So just to get the repetition in our head, let's go ahead and create another route, and we'll render another page for us. So we'll do like slash game, and then we'll have just slash game for now, okay? And then we'll have our callback function, of course, you know, rec res, boom. Okay, so then we're gonna render a page here. Oops, render, not send. So we're gonna render a page called, we'll just call it game.ejs because we're just rendering the game route, of course. So that makes sense, right? So we're gonna go into views folder again. We're gonna make a new file. We'll call it game.ejs, okay? So inside of that, we're going to make some HTML code. I'll just use this snippet thingy here. Cool. I'll get rid of this crap. And then I'll do this up here. I'll give it a title, say game, something simple, right? So inside of our body, let's go ahead and add something here. So we'll do h1 game title, and then we'll say like unknown because we don't know what game it is yet. And then h2 we'll say game creator unknown because we don't know that yet either. I have trouble spelling unknown because all the different ends in the word. And so yeah, so let's try testing that out and see if that works now. So game. Okay, cool. So it worked, right? So we're just rendering a EJS file, right, into the game route. Okay, so that's pretty cool, right? But let's say we want to actually fill things in here, right? So if we want to make our website truly dynamic, we want to be able to send data to the route and then have it displayed on the page, okay? So basically what we did before with route parameters, right? So let's try that out. Okay, so let's do game slash, and then we'll have like, let's do game title, and then we'll have another one called game creator. Okay, so these are two route parameters, of course. If you don't know what route parameters are, go back like 1 or 2 episodes ago and you check it out. Okay, so with these two route parameters, we can obviously just provide some information now. So let's go ahead and try that out. I'm gonna move this over a little bit so we can see the URL. So game slash, and we'll try Fortnite. It's suggesting it because I've already done this before, you know, to test it out. So Fortnite, and then we'll say like Epic Games because, you know, obviously Epic Games made Fortnite if you play the game. But it doesn't actually show anything, right? Because we didn't actually put it into here, right? How do we do that, right? So how do we hook our route parameters into our actual code, right? That's what's going to be truly magical, and that's the point of EJS. You want to be able to hook this JavaScript here and put it inside of here, right? So let's try that out, okay? This is gonna be cool, right? So first step you want to do, maybe let's just set these two route parameters to some variables, right? So we have the ability to use them, you know. So we'll do like let's try const title is equal to rec params game title, okay? Oops, case sensitive, of course. So yeah, so now we have this route parameter set to the constant variable of title. Cool, right? So we're gonna go ahead and make another one for the other one. So we'll do creator is equal to rec params game creator. Oops, game creator. Okay, cool. So we have these two variables, right? But how do we send it to our EJS page, right? How do we do that, okay? Well, we can do that by doing this here. So we're adding a second parameter, right? Inside of this parameter, we want two curly brackets, I guess. I don't know what they're called, but curly, something like that. I guess curly brackets. So inside of here, we're basically going to have like an object, right? So inside of this object, basically the parameter is an object, right? So these two curly brackets is basically an object, right? So, and then we have to pass these two variables into here, right? Because we're going to send them to the game page, right? So we'll do title is, and then a colon, and then on the other side of the colon we'll have the variable, so title, and then we'll have one for creator. Okay. So make sure, of course, between the entries you have a comma here, right? But obviously you don't need a comma at the last one. Anyway, so yeah. So let's think about this here, okay? So we have an object here as our second parameter, right? And this object is going to be sent to our game page, right? So we can use it in here, right? But we're not going to do that yet. So if you click on any of these two variables, you can see that the other one is highlighted, right? So these correspond with each other, right? These are the two variables that are sent, okay? But these aren't the names that are sent. If you click on the other side, this doesn't highlight. If you click on this one, it doesn't highlight. So these are not the same thing, okay? These are the same thing, but these are not the same thing, okay? So these two names right here are the ones that you'll be able to use inside of here. These are the names that are sent, okay? So these don't have to be the same as this, okay? So we can name this title. We can name this something else. We can name it game title if we want to. And we don't get any errors because these aren't corresponding, right? So anyway, it's really simple, but you know, usually just keep them the same name, but yeah. So I just want to demonstrate that it doesn't matter what you name these two on the left side, okay? So like I said, the left side are the ones that are sent to our EJS page, right? So now that we're sending them, let's try reloading. Maybe it worked now. Nope, it didn't work because we didn't actually, you know, change anything here, right? So how do we use these variables that we're sending to our EJS page and display them, right? Well, let's try like, you know, typing it in there. So let's call it, our first one is called title. So we'll put like title right here. So like I said before, it's an EJS page, so we can use JavaScript inside of our HTML, right? So you think that maybe this would work, right? Let's reload. No, it doesn't actually show anything. It's just showing the word title. So how do we tell this EJS page that we're using JavaScript, okay? Well, we have these EJS tags, okay? So we can use our opening EJS tag, basically like HTML, but it's EJS. So whatever this thing is called, and then a %, and then an equal sign is the opening EJS tag. And then behind that, behind our variable that we're using, we'll have our closing EJS sign, okay? But we don't have an equal sign on the closing one, right? So anyway, so let's try reloading now, and we get Fortnite. So awesome! Wow, it worked, okay? So whatever our parameter was up here was stored into this variable, right? And then this variable was stored into this variable, and this variable was sent here, and then we use it. It's awesome, right? It's so simple, but it's complicated, but it's really simple, guys, and you'll get used to it, so don't worry. But anyway, let's go ahead and use our other one, right? So we'll have an opening EJS tag, and then we'll have the variable. So what do we call it? Creator. Okay, so creator. Awesome. So now let's try reloading and see if that worked. Epic game. Awesome, it worked, right? So first, let me explain like what the hell this even is, okay? So this may look confusing, it may look complicated, but don't worry, it's really simple, right? So like I said, this is our opening EJS tag, and this is our closing EJS tag, okay? And basically what that means is that anything inside of these opening and closing tags will be JavaScript, okay? So we can have JavaScript inside of here, okay? So if you want to test that out, we could get rid of this for now. We could do like we'll do some JavaScript here, right? So we'll do 2 + 2. Okay, so let's see what happens. So it prints out 4, right? So instead of displaying 2 + 2, like what would happen if we don't have the tags here, it actually evaluates it because, you know, in JavaScript it can do math, right? But HTML can't do math, but JavaScript can. So that's why that works. Anyway, so just remember, anything inside of the EJS opening and closing tags is JavaScript, okay? So that's the magical part that allows us to use JavaScript directly inside of our HTML code, okay? So this will be even more complicated when we start using if statements and like loops and stuff like that. But yeah, we're gonna stick to variables for now. So we now know how to use variables from our application, usually our route parameters inside of our EJS file. So that's really cool now. So we'll change this to title, okay? So yeah, that's really cool. So I know that was a lot, but don't worry, it's really simple, right? So let me show you this again. So if we change the name of this one to title, like title, title pickle, if you change the name, doesn't matter what it's called, right? Let's try reloading, right? We get an error, okay? So what's the error? Let's see. Title is not defined. So it's talking about this here, right? So title is not defined. Why is it not defined? I mean, it says title right here. That's the variable we're using, right? But like I told you, it's sending the one on the left, right? Not the one on the right. So the one on the left needs to match one inside of here. So if it changes to title pickle, now it'll work because they now match, right? So that's just proof that that's how it is, okay? So hopefully you understand that, right? So that's really cool. And yeah, I mean that's pretty much everything. Now we know how to use our route parameters or any variable and stick them inside of our EJS pages. And now we even know how to use EJS pages. We can use HTML inside of our Node applications now. Isn't that just magical? I think it is. Well, anyway, so we don't actually have to use route parameters. You know, we could use like any variable, right? So let's try that out. So const my name is equal to Cody, right? So it doesn't have to be a route parameter that we send. It could be anything that we send, okay? So let's send this this variable into our page, right? So we'll say this is in the way. So we'll say name is my name. Okay. So now we can use name inside of here somewhere. So we'll add something like PS my name is Cody. Cool. Oh wait, no. We didn't want to tell it that. We want to let it choose or use the variable that we sent, right? So we're going to have an opening EJS tag, right? And then we'll have the variable name, so name, and then the closing EJS tag. There we go. So if we load here, we get PS, my name is Cody. Cool. So let's try changing the name here. So we'll change it to Bob. So if we reload here, because you know Node is of course reloading for us. If we, yeah, so it shows Bob now. So that's really cool, right? So yeah. So I know that was a lot, guys. I know maybe it's a lot to process, but don't worry. If you just, you know, do this over and over again, you play around with it. I recommend after this video you play around with this. It's really, really simple. It's really fun actually to do. You know, play around with making EJS pages too. Make some pages. You know, really cool, really cool. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah. So if you liked the video, leave a like. If you found it descriptive, you know, leave a like. Maybe show some support in the comment section. Or if you have any questions at all, leave a comment and I'll help you. So yeah. Also, we have a link in the description that shows you all the code from today's episode. So go ahead and check that out. You can save it, use it as a future reference, and oh yeah. I mean, oh yeah, not all yeah. But anyway. So yeah, if you liked the video, leave a like. If you want to see more, subscribe, and peace.